So I think the most important thing is just to start. It's not going to be pretty. So just start getting the motions, getting the movements, and knowing that you're going to make a lot of mistakes or you're going to waste a lot of time in the beginning. But over time, it's learning the skills to become more efficient.
Welcome to our Happy Rainmakers video series where point one can make a difference. I'm joined today by AY Strauss, who's the managing partner of AY Strauss. Thank you so much for coming. I asked you to join us because I know you're so good with business development. Do you have any tips or tools that somebody could use? Like someone who's listening right now and is going to start business development for the first time, what's a good thing for them to start with?
It's a great question. I think, at the end of the day, it's kind of like making friends the same way you did your whole life. So it should never be forced. If you feel like you're forced into a group of people and it's uncomfortable, or you're pretending to have an interest in something where it's not authentic, it will backfire. But everyone has interests, everyone has hobbies, everyone has relationships. The most important thing is just to start. And over time, you refine your approaches, your network expands. Like we talked about over the years, givers get. So the more people you get to interact with, the more people you can introduce them to within your network, and you become somebody known as somebody who will help create value for them. So I think the most important thing is just to start. It's not going to be pretty. If you make the analogy to going to the gym, you can't, learn to ride a bike going to a seminar. It's not day one, it's year three. So just start getting the motions, getting the movements, and knowing that you're going to make a lot of mistakes or you're going to waste a lot of time in the beginning. It may feel like a waste, and it technically is, but over time, it's learning the skills to become more efficient. And I know I'm hitting a lot of analogies early, but I find that they're valuable. Early in your career, you may feel like you're swinging a baseball bat in the market. Everybody who says your practice area or they're a business owner, you're sort of swinging around, trying to meet as many people as possible. But then the later years, you want to try to work with a scalpel. You know who your subsets of groups you're part of. You know who are part of your inner circle. You want to be more nuanced, more subtle, but to be able to get to that position, you first have to lay a framework and a foundation. And that's really the earlier part of your career to do that.
So someone who's just going to start this afternoon should just do something. It doesn't matter if it's reaching out to someone they've spoken to before, going to a networking event, writing an article. It's just taking an action and following through.
Exactly. And things work for other people better. Certain people may like to speak. They may be invested in this certain role in their community. They may like to write. Writers write. They may not want to take on a primary role, but accompany the partners to meetings. Figure out who in their network is influential that'll be open-minded to introducing them. It's read as much as possible. And right now, just like this video we're recording here, there's an enormous amount of material today that wasn't available 20 years online. So it's get to know people like yourself, people who are known for introducing others, known for having the soft skills required to enter into more of a leadership role in this space, and to educate yourself as much as possible. Take it as serious as you do and did, learning the law as your practice has developed.
So I guess you would say going from just starting out to becoming a rainmaker like you is a matter of keeping at it and putting the time in and seeing some results coming a little bit later.
1,000%. I had a friend once tell me, he said, the longer you can be patient and the more work and sort of more headaches and pain or difficulty you can endure, a lot of it just comes down to attrition. Who's still standing after 10, 15 years of doing it? Eventually you keep showing up, the market will respond to that. You have to make sure you can deliver what you promise. You have to make sure you'll be honorable and have integrity in the way you go about your business and conduct your affairs. But over time, if you keep removing obstacles as to why the market wouldn't want to respond to you, will this person be responsive? Will their pricing be competitive? Will they have the right team around them? Keep answering for those inherent roadblocks and obstacles, and eventually doors will start to open. And when it starts to open, it's very exciting and possibly a little addicting, and you get motivated to do more and more of it.
Well, I think that we've given some people a lot of great information. Do you have any last words, any last advice for a future rainmaker who wants to be like you?
The core rule I would say to people just getting started is when you do get in front of those potential contacts for possible business development purposes, let them speak more than you do by a lot. You want to be listening constantly. Listen, listen, listen. Don't overwhelm the conversation. Don't talk about how great you are about all your different cases or the nuances of the law. People are very busy with their own days and their own deals and own issues. The more you can listen, the more they're going to trust you and like you. So be a good listener and add that value.
That's great advice. And I think you've given us a lot of really helpful information that people can use today, right after they're done watching this video. So thank you so much for being with me today.
Jen, I really appreciate the opportunity and thank you very much for having me on.